Hey everyone, thank you for joining for another YouTube video discussion. I don't really have a name for this segment yet, so I'm open to suggestions. Right now, I'm going with, fan theory or maybe something like retro recommends or something. I don't know yet. I don't quite have a name for this segment. But what this is basically going to do is I'm going to take something as an example with this video, gaming franchise. And I'm going to say, for the next one, I think they should do this. This is something I used to do a lot. I used to talk about, Metroid Prime 4 should do this. And it's so weird to think we're still talking about Metroid Prime 4 after all these years. But, regardless of that, let's go ahead and get into this video. For this video, I'm going to talk about Mario Kart. Now, we had rumors flying around, swirling for a while, that we were going to have a Mario Kart 10, Mario Kart X, Mario Kart Cross, whatever it was going to be. I like the idea of Mario Kart Cross, and you'll see why in a moment. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go with either calling it Mario Kart Cross or Mario Kart Ultimate. Because this game, the next game in the Mario Kart series, I want it to be like Smash Bros. Ultimate. I want it to be the biggest Mario Kart thing that's ever happened. And I want them to go overboard with it. I want them to kind of do like what they did with Mario Kart 8 a little bit. And when they started to bring in like Link and Villager, they started to bring in other characters from other franchises. But I want this to go above and beyond, and I want this to be third party also. I think it'd be really interesting how this could work. As an example, you could bring in Kirby. And what makes this really unique and very interesting is that this is going to kind of, rather than you choose, and I guess, no, just for the sake of the interesting combinations that you could do, let's go ahead and have it to where you can use the riders of the different characters. So in this example, let's say Kirby comes to the game. Kirby's racer would obviously be a star. That's what their rider would be. Now, I would like to continue to see Kirby only have access to the star, but I think it'd be interesting to see Link or Mario or other characters get on that star also. So it's okay if you want to continue to use them, but I think this could be very interesting. You could have all kinds of interesting combinations. Like Luigi could basically ride a motorized version of the Poltergust 3000. Make a Luigi's Mansion reference in there. You could easily have it to where any character from any game that Nintendo wants to work a deal out with can come over. And this could be interesting. So I want to know, just think about it in your head for a little bit and put it down in the comments down below, anybody that you think of and what you want them to do. Like, and this could go above and beyond just normal stuff. Like as an example, Chibi Robo could come into this game and could ride a vacuum. Now that could be similar in some ways to the Poltergust. So maybe not necessarily that, but you get the idea. We could have these characters come in. We could have Olimar from Pikmin show up in Mario Kart and ride on the back of either Pikmin's or on one of those spaceships. There's all kinds of stuff that could be done with this. These are just examples that I'm coming with off the top of my head. But there would be some things that, I don't know, it might be hard to do. Like I'm thinking, well, if you do Bayonetta, Bayonetta would probably turn into a panther or some kind of a cat form like she did in Bayonetta 2 and start running. But that wouldn't work if you were going to make it to where the different cards or the riders are accessible to other characters. So maybe the Jet from Bayonetta, or maybe Madama Butterfly, although she's humongous in Bayonetta 3, so maybe not. Maybe just butterflies. I'm just giving ideas. Um, I could try to think of some third-party ones, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about. I think this would be very interesting to see this happen. Just as an example of going off of a third party that I just now thought of, what if they had some kind of a wacky Minecraft cart that Steve from Minecraft could jump into and ride in Mario Kart Ultimate, Mario Kart Cross, whatever you want to call it. I like the idea of Mario Kart Cross because it kind of presents the idea of crossover. This could be crossover from other Nintendo franchises, from third-party franchises, whatever works and whatever Nintendo is able to get a deal with. And I would like to see them go a little bit above and beyond with this, because if all we got was the same stuff, we got Cloud, we got Sephiroth, we got Ryu, we got Street Fighter characters, we got the same stuff that we got in Mario Kart Ultimate, Smash Brothers Ultimate. That wouldn't be any fun. Now you can see some transition over. As an example, you could bring over Sonic. Sonic could be real easy. Sonic would basically just run. Or you could choose somebody like maybe Tails, and he could come in sort of a vehicleized version of the plane that he rides in. That would be interesting. Just as an example. So you could probably keep using a lot of the same franchises, but it would be interesting if Nintendo went above and beyond, brought over more franchises outside of the ones that we just have. Maybe they can work out some kind of a deal where they can get characters that they couldn't have necessarily made a deal with for Smash Brothers, because maybe it wouldn't have worked for Smash. But maybe it will work, just as an example, again, another Sega franchise, maybe Ooh La La from Space Channel 5. And you just have some kind of a funky rider, which could probably also then set up for Funky Kong. I'm just saying that there's all kinds of possibilities here, and I know that I'm probably just, spouting out nonsense, but I do like the idea of it, Kamek coming in and riding on a broom, because you always see Kamek riding on a broom in the Mario games, all kinds of stuff, and I just want to see them drop the idea of customizing. I think that they could probably do some new stuff, like maybe for every match that you win online, you get 25 points, or if you come in first, you get those points. Like, you get the actual points from the game. So I think if you get 50 for coming in first place, or however it works, I forget exactly how it works, then you get 50 points. And they just add that to the value of the vehicle. So like, a certain vehicle might be 1,000 points to unlock. Well, you play a lot and that's going to be easy. But then maybe they have like the gold card. It's like 500,000 points or something. Just as an example. I like that a lot more than the idea of customizing. And I think it'll also work out for people who maybe necessarily don't want to go to the trouble of doing time trials to unlock characters. You can still probably throw that in there. But I think that also just the idea of DLC packs, because I think that would be a better use. There's nothing wrong with the booster packs that we're getting and the courses that we're getting from Mario Kart now. But I'm just saying, I think that would be a better use, a better anticipation of using a future Mario Kart pack, and also a great idea for using the highest tier, the expansion pack right now, is if you get that, you get 3 or 4 races for free. But maybe a 5th race you still have to buy, or you can buy them a la carte. You can just buy them as you like, or you get a certain pack, or however you want to do it, Nintendo. It's your game. You do it how you want. But what do you guys think about that? And what do you think about this series? Do you think this is something that should continue, or should I just drop it and don't even worry about it. Because I do have some other ideas in my head as far as, future game series that maybe could use a new revival, fresh shake up, because maybe Nintendo doesn't know how to quite shake it up. And also just like, hey, even if you do have a game in the pipeline, I still think you should do this in a future game somewhere. What do you guys think? Do you think that could work going forward for this channel? And like I said earlier, make sure that you leave your thoughts on any characters, any cards, any combination of stuff that you think would work in this crazy idea of Mario Kart Cross, Mario Kart Ultimate, whatever you want to call it. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one.